Judge, my question here, what do you do in a situation like this? Because there's no way to review all the evidence.
Well, you have to hire a lot of lawyers to do the reviewing for you. You have to tell them what you're looking for and hope that they'll find it. Look, the public policy of the United States of America is that criminal trials, all trials, should be resolved on the merits. Can the government prove the defendant guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and to a moral certainty? They should not be resolved on who can read the most and who can read the fastest. So she surely should have given Trump's people, put aside he's the former president, put aside he's running for president, put aside this is the day before the most important Republican primary in the whole run of them.
Put all that aside.
A criminal defendant, and the government wants to take his liberty away from him. Yeah. His lawyers need enough time to grasp the entirety of the government's case.
So let's talk about that, because like the recourse that Trump has, I mean, what if they decide not to represent him anymore because they were like, hey, I can't adequately represent the president because you're not giving me a timeline to review the evidence. What lawyer is going to take this on? And then he won't have any counsel, which is a constitutional crisis, no?
In federal court, in a criminal case, you need the court's permission to withdraw from the case. Suppose Trump decides to stop paying his lawyers. They're still stuck. They're still on the case until the court says you can go.
Wow.
People have tried to change lawyers the evening before the case starts, and then there's the excuse that the new lawyer needs time. 99.9% of judges will say, no way, you're stuck on the case.
Another problem, too, is, like you said, forget all the obvious, Super Tuesday, being former president, maybe the president again. But at the end of the day, they have to review this stuff. They don't have to be flagged.
Yes.
Exculpatory evidence doesn't have to be flagged. How did the judge reach this timeline? It's like, oh, you know what? We're going to do it in March.
The average timeline in that court is about 7 months from indictment to trial. She actually extended it to 9 months. I still don't think it's anywhere near enough time, but she believes she's doing the defendant a favor by giving him a little bit more time. Look at it this way. Jack Smith hasn't read all of those documents. No one prosecutor has read all of that documents. Now, the government has limitless resources. They have dozens of prosecutors and FBI agents on the case. Somehow, between the 2 or 3 dozen of them, all documents have been read. Trump's lawyers are going to have to amass a team, usually of former FBI agents and former federal prosecutors, who know what to read and know what to look for.